So anyway, enough about that. What I'm writing this about is that I wasn't really basically. So when one of my friends suggested volunteering along with him at Yaniwana, I jumped at the opportunity. I'm great with kids, and I'm being up in the middle of the woods for 2 months sounded like a great time. Plus, there had to be more than just a few girls for me to get to know. Out in the middle of nowhere with very little competition, I applied. I had a brief phone interview. I was hired, and a week ago I drove up with my friend Jonathan to start a week of staff training. Now, I really wasn't sure what to anticipate before I got here, but so far this place has not been what I expected. It's scheduled and rustic, that's for sure. The cabins have flaps for doors and windows. Tabins, they call them, for tent and cabin. The washrooms they're very close to nature, and my God, this place gets dark at night. But that's not too bad. The air is so damn fresh, and the lake and the campsite is freezing cold, but it feels like amazing when you jump in. And the bugs haven't been too aggressive yet. Might be the fact that the sun is hard during the day, but the temperature plummets at night. No, it's the people more than anything who've really surprised me. For one thing, they're super religious. I mean, I go to church occasionally, and I guess I believe in God, but everyone here seems to be, I don't know, gunning to be the next pope. Except they don't follow the pope. I mean, I think I understand that. They pray before each meal, which is cool. I mean, I bless my food as well. I understand that. And they have a church service every day, which is really cool. I'm really interested in people that are, disciplined in their life. And everyone has a higher power, so I'm cool with that. And during one of our staff training sessions, we were told about how important it was that every kid who comes here gets to know Jesus. Okay. And with that religiously comes some really, really strict rules. Guys and girls cabins or tabins are on opposite ends of the camp. Absolutely no physical intimacy is allowed between members of the opposite gender. Though when you think about it, that leaves a hell of a loophole. In fact, a guy and a girl can't even be in a cabin alone together. Hearing that definitely put a damper on one of my goals for the summer. Also, some of the people here are pretty strange. One girl has claimed that she literally hears God's voice when she prays. I mean, whatever, that's cool. There could be worse things, right? Another says that she once healed a friend with a broken ankle by putting her hands on it. And then there's Jordan. Well, Jordan's been going to Yawawana since he was like 4. And when I met him, he looked me up and down and then stared at me. He just kept staring at the middle of my forehead. And when I asked him if everything was okay, he smirked and said, "I guess you'll find out soon," which was weird. And then second night, he announced during the prayer time that he could sense dark evil forces attacking the camp, and that we have to be strong because Satan has us in his... So yeah, it's a Christian camp, all right, but I've been making do as best I can. I signed up to instruct the camp's rock climbing and high ropes course, and I'm glad I did. They have a 50-foot rock wall, and that is a serious challenge to climb. And walking on a tightrope 30 feet above the ground with only a flimsy rope to support me is pretty fun. I mean, I also made friends with the less fundamentalist counselors, some of whom will even have the occasional drink or even a hit of a bong if they're feeling really adventurous. Safe to say, side hustle wouldn't do so well in these parts. But anyway, amongst the friends I made was Kate. Now she was in my ropes group. I thought I can't say I paid her much attention for the first few days. On Tuesday night, she sat next to me at the evening church service, as well as Smokey, the camp's director, was 30 minutes into his rant on the evils of homosexuality. She leaned over and whispered, "Seems a bit hypocritical given the massive stick he has up his ass." It took me all my might not to break into hysterics. I swear, the next day we were inseparable. We made jokes while climbing. We kept rolling our eyes at each other whenever Smokey went off on a rant on the state of our culture. And we sat nice and close during meals at and the almighty nightly campfire. I have no idea why she didn't catch my eye earlier. She had cute little face, wavy brown hair that looks perfect even in the middle of the woods, and a body that's fine even in the mandatory one-piece swimsuits all the girls have to wear. Wednesday evening, after we parted ways, I followed her back to my cabin. No, just kidding. Wednesday evening, after we parted ways, following the church service, I went back to my cabin with a new spring in my step. Maybe I could actually make a move on Kate. She seemed pretty cool, enough to flaunt the rules. And even if she wasn't, at least I had someone to fun to hang out with for the rest of the summer. As I fell asleep, I remembered thinking this summer might actually be pretty good for me. And that's when things started to get weird.